my goal is to get at least 6 to 9 names every time that I go in there now, because you got them in front of you right then and there. That's the best time to ask.
Hey, everybody. I got Tim Belo on with me from the Boot Hill, Missouri. And so, Tim, thanks for hopping on with me. The reason I got Tim on is because we were just on a phone call and I said, man, we got to record this so I can get out this training. But Tim, you and I were talking and you said that you've been using a lot of referrals lately. And I asked you how that was going. And you said, great, because you've been able to help over 17 families over the last 30 days just from getting referrals and working those referrals. That's amazing. I mean, because that's like, if when you max it out over the year, that's like over 200 families you'll be able to help that you wouldn't have been able to help. I just wanted to see if you would share kind of like what you do in the home, because you're meeting with people from leads mostly. So just walk us through that. Like, do you say anything at the beginning or do you wait until the very end, or how do you kind of like set up your referral ask, and then how do you make the ask, and then just however you do it that people can, borrow from you.
I think it's all starts in the presentation as well. Figure out, if they've lost a family member, so on and so forth. You go through the, as I call the setup, and obviously jot down any information there that you can. Now, a lot depends on what my schedule is for that day, because one of the things that I do now, not everybody does this, but I always go back and go through with the client when they get their policy. It puts me in with another touch with them, because most agents will not do that. But that's majority of the time when I go back in there and I give referrals, because they're happy about it. I go in there and ask them, hey, you guys got to feel great about getting this taken care of. Oh yeah, you bet, God, so on and so forth. And some of the things we learned from the practice company on getting referrals was, obviously this was important to you guys, and you're not going to be a burden to any of your family member, but like you said on the application, you got a brother and a sister and so on and so forth. Obviously, they would love to have this type of coverage. Oh, you bet. Well, who are they? And I just put my head down and I start writing and just keep writing and keep writing. And then, because our coverage is so great and we've got multiple carriers that we can pull from, and basically customize, whatever their needs are, they feel great about it. And like I said, in the meantime, and I've got to give Adam Yetter his props on this.
Oh yeah, so Yetter's a genius.
Cards out. That guy's an animal, man. So sending cards out, as soon as I sign somebody up on Saturday, we're sending out, hey, congratulations, thank you cards. So that's the second touch, and I go back and I go through the policy with them. That's the third touch, and then that's when I'm gathering all the referrals, and I tell them, hey, obviously, you see how busy I am because I squeezed you guys in. Hey, you mind giving your brother or your sister a call and let them know that I'm going to be calling? And they're so excited because they got something taken care of, and you got to make a big deal out of it that they got this taken care of. Because, I tell them the last thing you want to do is, the last thing people thought about you is, we had to go sell fish dinners just to cover his funeral bills. So, and again, it's, and again, nobody wants to do that or do a GoFundMe. But you can literally, my goal is to get at least 6 to 9 names every time that I go in there now, because you got them in front of you right then and there. That's the best time to ask. They're happy, they're fired up about it. So why not ask? And I use a deal called a tic-tac-toe sheet. Have you ever seen that one?
No. Do you have one there that you can show us?
I've got it on my computer. Basically what it is, it's tic-tac-toe. And then I basically tell them, hey,
so like 9 squares, right? Like 3 by 3.
Yeah. Yep. Just looks like a tic-tac-toe. I tell them, hey, what's your favorite restaurant that you guys typically go to?
We love the Olive Garden.
That down. Yeah, you bet. If you got one in your area. So
yeah. Red Lobster, right? Yeah.
There you go. So for every name that I write down, I put in there, and sometimes you'll have people that'll fill up 2 of them. Okay. So every name that if that person purchases or gets covered, I'm going to send them a gift card to their favorite restaurant. Now, if those names create a tic-tac-toe, every time that somebody purchases or gets covered, I'm going to give them a gift card. Now, if they complete a tic-tac-toe, then they get an additional gift card as well.
That's cool.
People love to go out to eat. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing to, I guess my biggest month so far, I've spent about $400 on gift cards.
But wow, $400. I mean, think about how many leads that would buy you versus how many policies you've written,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great.
So,
So, okay. So, I think that's really helpful. So just to recap, basically you don't really ask for referrals in your first appointment. You write the insurance, you let them know, what's going to happen. And then you schedule a, policy review, I guess. Right.
yep.
So I'm going to come, what do you like 30 days? Is that pretty standard for you?
Well, what I do is I tell them when you get your policy, I make them put my number in their phone. When you get your policy, call me or text me and let me know you got it. And I'm going to squeeze you in somewhere along the way on my day, because there's always times that people no show you or what have you.
Got it.
You have that time, and that's where I fill that time in.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And then I guess if you notice somebody got a policy issued, but they didn't text you, you'd text them and say, hey, I saw on my screen that your policy got issued, but I didn't
Yep.
hear from you. Did it arrive? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. I'm going to swing by at some point later today because I'll be dispatched out there and something like
Yep.
that. Right.
Exactly. Same
Okay.
thing.
And so then
Same
you
thing.
show up at their house and you, what kind of policy review do? You pull out their paper and show them like their name and okay, this is, it's signed by the president of the company. So, it's going to be enforced and here's your death benefit right here. And we still have, Bernice as your beneficiary. Is that correct? Okay, awesome.
Bring a highlighter.
Bring a highlighter and like one of those black Sharpies or whatever.
Highlight their policy number, highlight the 1-800 number. Also, this is crucial. I put my name real big inside there, even though my name's in there. Tim Below, here is my number. Highlight that. You call me with any questions. Then I flip through, go over the living benefits if that's what they got.
That's
and
great.
I hit the highlight points, and I just make sure that they know what they have.
Yeah.
And again, they appreciate that because they're used to the wham bam, thank you, and back.
Well, sure, and you're showing them like how to use. I think that's a big thing that's missing for most insurance agents is like, okay, it's life insurance. It's not really for you to use. It's for Jessica to get the death benefit when I die, right? But like when you show them how to use, especially with the living benefit, okay, so if you ever go through cancer or heart attack or a stroke or any kind of, kidney, whatever, you're going to use this phone number, you're going to call me, et cetera. I'm going to help you notice you can get this much percentage. So on your policy, that equals out to this much, right? So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So does that make sense? And you need to know who else is going to help you with this. Okay. Do you want me to go over it with them as well, just to make sure they know how to handle it? So there's another free lead for you probably if they don't live in the house.
I love it when they put all their kids on there. Oh, I want this split up between my 6 kids. Oh, perfect. Great.
What's their contact?
It takes a little bit of time. So you got 6 of them right then and there, because people
great.
Love to do what other people do. And then I get their name and number and go over it.
And then when you're done with the review, so you've been able to glean whatever you've been able to glean and provide service. And then at the end, you do your referral transition. So, the way you use the verbiage, and then use your tic-tac-toe board and talk about the gift cards, ask the favorite restaurant, and try to collect 6 to 9 every house. And obviously, if they're continuing to give you more than 9, that's okay, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. I think that makes sense to everybody, and we'll try to get those assets, like the tic-tac-toe board, and maybe if you have a transition verbiage that we'll put it up on the site when we do this video. Okay. So then the second piece is how do you call the referral then? Because that's different than calling a lead. Like with a lead, we know what to say. Hey, you said you needed this. I'm the one that helps with that. Right. But in the case of the referral, they haven't really asked for anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're calling on somebody else's say so. So how do you, what's your verbiage there that you want to role play with? You could call me if you want.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, here's really what I do is, they're going to have those people in their phone, and I type up a generic text, saying, hey, a good friend of mine, Tim Below, is going to be giving you a call. We just got some coverage with him. You need to listen to him.
That's it.
So that's it.
I like that. So good friend of mine and coverage, not insurance, right? So good friend of mine, Tim Below, is going to be giving you a call. We just got some coverage with him. You need to hear him out.
Yep, absolutely.
That's it.
And that's it. I mean, that's really about it. I may shoot them a text. Hey, this is Tim Below. Bob and Mary wanted me to reach out to you. I'll be giving you a call in the next couple days.
Okay. And so then let's say you call him and you got Bob on the phone. What do you say?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Bob, this is Tim Below, friend of, Joe and Sue. They highly recommended that I give you a call. we got them taken care of on some coverage when it comes to life insurance, but not only life insurance, but in the event of, God forbid, if they had a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, they're not going to be shoved out on the street because they can't afford to pay their bills. And they insisted that I give you a call, that you guys are really, really close.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Schedule a time with you for a few minutes and, go over some information. If you guys see something there that makes sense, great. If you don't, hey, that's okay too. I'm going to be out your way tomorrow afternoon. You guys would typically walk through the door at what time?
I love it. That's great, man. That's great. So, anything else you can think of to make this referral mini training complete?
Man, if somebody, and I heard this from Rob Richmond, I believe, if somebody is getting a big policy with you and they're doing anywhere $150 to $200, do something that's going to stand you out a little bit more, because like an edible arrangement or something like that, something that's like, oh wow, you didn't have to do that. Every time I've done that, I get a phone call like, man, you did not have to do that. I'm like, hey, just appreciate meeting you guys, and I think what you did is great. And then again, gives you another opportunity after you've done that. Now, I've already gotten referrals from them by then. Okay, then I send them the edible arrangements for covering themselves, and then guess what they'll do? Hey, you know what? I was actually talking to some buddies of mine at work. You mind if I, give them your number? I'm like, well, yeah, you can give them my number, or why don't you just let them know that I'm going to be giving them a shout. Man, I'll do that. So.
Yeah, or put us on a joint text thread or something, right? Like, yep, hey, Tim, meet Jim. Yeah. Hey, Tim, meet Jim. He just hooked me and Barbara up with some coverage. You need to hear him out. I love that text. I'm actually going to be stealing that. It's awesome. I just think, I think one of the biggest things, Tim, that is kind of hopefully a light bulb for a lot of people watching this is that you ask. And I think part of also is you telling people, letting people know that you do business by referral. So I think a lot of agents with Family First Life anyway, or any lead-based agent for that matter, we get so spoiled basically by having this stream of like people asking for help, right? That we think to ourselves, oh, well, why would I want to go, like I don't need to, I could just go buy some more leads, which is true. But it's also, well, I guess it's true and not, but it's true. And why not make yourself available to the rest of the social circle of your clients? Because it's not, number one, it doesn't cost you anything to do that, but also it really helps you to solidify that sale in a way that just buying some more leads won't. Like if you buy a policy from me, Tim, and then I also get in front of your sister and your mom and your two cousins and the guy who owns your company, and they all do business with me too. Well, I mean, what's the likelihood that you're going to cancel that? Very low. And so that's one really easy way to up your persistency, up your profit margin in your business, and increase your service and have more fun, because it's a lot more fun visiting with people who already know people you've already done business with. Like it's way less work in the setting up the environment in the conversation.
People always want to do what everybody else is doing.
Right. I love that. Tim, thanks for your time, man. Obviously, there's a reason that you guys are growing so fast, and look forward to seeing what you guys do in the second quarter.
See you, man. Be careful.
Yep.